Hello, all my dear friends. My name is Ajay Gulati. I'm an income tax officer. Plus, I'm author of advanced maths book and arithmetic books, Brahmastra. Besides, I teach mathematics for all streams like academics, college, BTech, UPSC, Staff Selection Commission, Clat, and everything. So today I'll be taking your class for time, speed, and distance. I hope those of you who watched my previous class on time and work must have liked it. So on the same lines, I'll be starting the new chapter, time, speed, and distance. Time, speed, and distance. I'll present this chapter in a very easy and lucid manner. You will all be able to understand it very quickly. Fine. I'm starting with the basics of this chapter. See, first of all, what is distance? How do we calculate distance? Distance is actually speed into time. If you multiply speed and time, then you get distance. Suppose I say I run at a speed of 20 kilometer per hour, and I do it for 2 hours. Actually, it's almost impossible, but let's say I do it 20 into 2, so that will give me 40 kilometers. This is my distance. This is a very basic example of time, speed, and distance. Again, I say, suppose my bike moves at a speed of 60 km per hour. This is speed. And I cover a distance in 1.5 hours. Okay. Then what I can say, my distance will be, as per the formula, speed into time, that is 60 into 1.5 will give me, I can say I covered a total distance of 90 km. I hope this is very easy and everyone will be able to understand this. But this is not how easy the questions are. The next thing I'll say is, generally we have to calculate speed. Okay? So what will be speed as per this formula? Speed will be distance upon time. Getting it? Distance upon time. If I say I cover a distance of 300 km by my car in, let's say, 4 hours. This is 300 km. I cover this in 4 hours. Then what will be my speed? In that case, my speed will be again distance upon time, that is 75 km per hour. I hope this must be very clear to all of you. I have also laid down some other basic concepts. You can watch them just by pausing the video for a moment. I have also written down the conversions in this formula. The conversions are, suppose I am given 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. I need to convert this speed into kilometer per hour. So it will become 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Okay. And if I am being provided 1 kilometer per hour. 1 kilometer per hour. I need to convert the speed into meter per second. So I will write as 5 by 18 meter per second. You can also see a few more examples in this chart and other basic things. I'm moving on to the next concept and next examples. Now students, I'll start with another example. Let us say I move from point A to point B, then to point C. Okay? And then let's say I move to point D. These are the 4 points. Suppose this distance is 30 km. Then point B to C, the distance is, from point B to point C, this distance is 50 km. And then from point C to point D, this distance is 70 km. Okay, so this is my total distance. And if I take 4 hours, 5 hours and 6 hours to cover this entire distance, then what is the average speed? Getting it, student? What I am asking is, what is the average speed? What is average speed, students? Now, what is the formula for average speed? The formula for average speed is total distance upon total time. The formula for average speed is total distance upon total time. So now what is my total distance? The total distance covered is 30 plus 50 plus 70. 30 plus 50 plus 70. This is 150 kilometers. So far clear to everyone. What is the total time? Total time taken is 4 plus 5 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10 hours. 10 plus 5 is 15 hours. Over 15 hours. So what is the average speed? Average speed is equal to total distance upon total time, or I can say 10 kilometer per hour. I hope everyone has got it very easily. A basic example, we have covered it very easily. I'm moving on to the next example. Now I'm coming to a very important example, a very important concept which is asked in many exams. See students, suppose I say I move from a point A to a point B. If I move from point A to point B, let's say at a speed of a kilometer per hour, and then I come back at a speed of b kilometer per hour. Let's say this is small b. This is small b, okay. Then what is my average speed for this to and fro motion, that is going and coming back? In such a case, always remember the average speed is 2ab upon a plus b. Getting it, my dear students? In such a case, the average speed is always 2ab upon a plus b. I hope this must be very clear to all of you. Suppose I say, I'll give you the derivation of this right now within a minute. Let's say I assume while going from A to B, my speed was 40 km per hour, and while returning back my speed was 60 km per hour. Then what will be my average speed? My average speed will be 2ab, 2 into 40. I will tell you a shortcut for this also, upon 40 plus 60. So this gives me how much? 40 plus 60 is 100. Then 240 into 60 is what? 40 into 60 is 2400. 2400 into 2, 480000 cancel. So this gives me the average speed as 48 kilometer per hour. This is one way, students. Here, the best approach for such sort of questions is, see, one speed is 40, the other speed is 60. You can calculate this also. What is the ratio of these two? 2:3. 40, 60, 2:3. And this gap is how much? This gap is 20. So divide this 20 into two parts which are in the ratio of 2:3. That is, this 2 means, this 3 means, divide this 20 into 2 into parts, that is 2 and 3. So that I can say 8 and 12. These are in the ratio of 2:3. So what will be the average speed? 40 plus 8, that is 48, or 60 minus 12, again 48. I hope it makes sense and it's clear to everyone. Suppose I say while going my speed was 60 and while coming my speed is 90. Okay, again this ratio is 2:3. So divide this gap of 30 in 2:3 parts. That is, make it 12 and 18. So what will be the average speed? Average speed will be 72. 60 plus 12, 72. 90 minus 18 will again give you 72. If you apply the formula 2ab upon a plus b, then also you will get the same. See, 2 into 60 into 90 upon 60 plus 90. Okay, so this becomes, in the denominator it becomes 150. In the numerator I write this as 2 into 60 is 120 into 90. Okay, I cancel this 0 with 0. If I cancel this 15 with 120, I'll get 8. 8 into 9 gives me 72. I hope all this is clear to everyone. It makes sense. I'll show you a question on the similar lines which have been asked in your Clat exam, and now I'll be starting with a few questions which have been asked in your Clat exam. Next question, dear students. A car driver increases the average speed of his car by 3 km per hour. The total distance traveled in 7 hours if the distance covered in the first hour was 30 km. See, we are told that in the first hour the distance covered is 30 km. Okay, students. This is 30 kilometers in the, I'm sorry, 30 kilometers in the first hour. In the next hour it is 33. Every hour the speed of the driver increases by how much? The speed of the driver increases by 3 kilometers per hour. In the next hour he will move 36. In the next hour he will move how much? 39. In the next hour he will move how much more? 42, then 45. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last hour he will move how much? 48 kilometers. Now what are we being asked? The total distance covered. So you can calculate the total distance covered now. Either you add all these, or very easy method is, see what is, these are odd number of terms. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have odd number of terms. We have how many terms? 7 terms. So multiply this 7 by the middle number. What is the middle number? 39. You will directly get the answer. You can add it also, you will get the same product. Same thing, I can write it as 7 into 40 minus 1. 7 into 40, 280. 280 minus 7, this 273 is my answer. I hope it makes sense to everyone. All of you can easily understand it. I'm moving on to the next question which has been asked in your exam. Next question, my dear students. A person covers a certain distance by car at a speed of 30 km per hour. Let's say the person moves from point A to point B at a speed of 30 km per hour and comes back at a speed of 40 km per hour. What is the speed while coming back? 40 km per hour. Let's say this is A, this is B. I have already told you the formula for such a thing. What is the formula for such a thing? 2AB upon A plus B. What is the formula for average speed? Average speed is equal to 2AB upon A plus B. We know this is the formula. So I can say 2 into 30 into 40 upon 30 plus 40. This is the formula for the average speed. I hope this is clear to everyone. Let's just put the values. What I will get? 2 into 30 into 40 is 1200 divided by 70. You can say this 2 into 120 by 7, or you can say 240 by 7. I can write this as 210 plus 30 or 28 plus 2 upon में 7. 210 divided by 7 will give me 30. 28 divided by 7 will give me 4. 2 divided by 7 will give me 0.28 or 0.3. So my answer will be 34.28 if there is any such option, or 34.3 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. I hope this is clear to everyone. You can just copy this. I will show you the next question now. Next question, dear students. If a person travels at a speed of 40 km per hour, he will reach his destination on time. He covered half the journey in 2/3 of time. At what speed should he travel to cover the remaining journey to reach the destination on time? See students, what is the question being asked? First of all, let's say a person goes from point A to B. This is the distance suppose he needs to cover. We are being told if he covers this distance at a speed of 40 km per hour throughout, he will cover this distance on time. But he covered half the journey in 2/3 of time. Because of some reason he moved slowly. As a result, what happened? He covered half the distance, consuming 2/3 time. I just assume that what was the time? Assume time, initial time. What was the time? 3 hours. He estimated. If he estimated 3 hours, speed is what? Speed is equal to 40 km per hour. So what is the distance? What will be the distance? This distance will be speed into time. Speed into time will give me what? 3 into 40 or 40 into 3, 120 km. Let's say this distance was 120 km. From here to here, this distance was 120 km. This makes sense to everyone? Yes, it makes. Now we are told in two-third time. Two-third time means how much? 2 hours. 2 hours he covers only half the distance. If this 120 is full kilometer, so half distance will be 60 kilometer. Now this remaining distance is again 60 kilometer. Total time allotted was, I thought I will cover this distance in 3 hours. Out of 3 hours I have already consumed 2 hours, so I am left with 1 hour. In 1 hour I need to cover this 60 kilometer. So what should be my speed? My speed should be 60 kilometer itself. Getting the point? If I need to cover 60 kilometer in 1 hour, then the speed should be 60 kilometer. The speed should be 60 kmph or kilometer per hour. I hope this is clear to all students. Let's move to the next concept. Students, first of all, I like you to read this question and understand it thoroughly. A man walks from his house to the railway station to catch a train, which is running as per the schedule. If he walks at 6 km per hour, he misses the train by 9 minutes. Let's say this is the man's house. Okay. And he goes to railway station. This is the railway station. Let's say each day he catches his train at 5 p.m. or let's say 9 a.m. okay, in the morning for office. Okay. From his house he reaches the railway station at, this is his usual time. Let's say the train leaves this place at 9 a.m. Getting this point? The train leaves this place at 9 a.m. Now what is happening is, from his house to the railway station to catch a train which is running as per schedule. If he walks at 6 km per hour, he misses the train by 9 minutes. Just think about it. Let's say when his speed is 6 km per hour, he misses the train by 9 minutes. It means he reaches at what time? 9 a.m. He reaches 9 minutes late. Next, if he walks at 7 km per hour, he reaches the station 6 minutes late. Now if he moves at 7 km per hour, he reaches at what time? He reaches 6 minutes before the departure of train. That is, he reaches 8:54 a.m. Can I figure out the difference in these two times? From 8:54 to 9:09, it means 15 minutes. From the next question, I won't be doing this in detail. What I will say is 6, here it is minus 6 minutes, here it is plus 9 minutes. I can say minus 9 and plus 6 will give me 15 minutes. Okay. The distance of his home to the railway station is, now let's move to the question. Okay, let's do the solution. What I can say is, see, the difference between two times. What is the difference between two times? The second day and the first day. Okay. T2 minus T1 or T1 minus T2, whatever you say, T1 minus T2. What is the difference? The difference between the two times is 15 minutes. 15 minutes, or I can say 1/4 hour. Clear? Now, how do we calculate the distance between the times? What is T1? Let's say this distance was D. This distance was D. What is the speed? Speed was 6. This is T1. Getting it? What is T2? The second day the same distance was covered at a speed of 7. This gives me 1/4. Clear? Now can I calculate D? 7 minus 6 by 7 into 6 I will is equal to 1/4. I will tell you the direct formula for this also. D 7 minus 6, 7 into 6 is equal to 1/4. You have got the answer. So distance will be what? This is 1/42 is equal to 1/4. So far I hope everything is clear to everyone. From here I can say D is equal to 42/4. What does 42/4 means? 42/4 means 10.5 kilometer is your answer. Option number C. In option C there has been a little typing mistake. The decimal has been moved ahead. So this is your answer, option number C, 10.5. This is the answer, 10.5. There has been a small typing mistake, but I hope everyone can understand the answer. You can yourself check. 10.5 divided by 6 minus 10.5 divided by 7 will give you 1 by 4. 10.5 divided 1 by 4 means क्या होता है? Means 0.25. Okay, C. 10.5 divided by 6 is 1.75 minus 10.5 divided by 7 is 1.5. You will get what? 0.25. Yeah, we have done it correct. There was a small typing mistake in the option. I hope it makes sense to everyone. Let's move to the next concept. Now students, the direct shortcut for this type of question, what is the distance? The distance is always speed 1 into speed 2 divided by distance of time divided by difference of speeds into delta t. Delta t means changes time, or we can say t2 minus t1. So here what it was, speed 1 was what? 7. Speed 1 was I think 6. Okay, so no problem. Speed 1 into speed 2, 7 minus 6 into the time difference was 15 minutes. 1 was 6 minutes 9 minutes late and 6 minutes early. So this difference is 15 minutes, or I can say 1 by 4 hour. You will directly get to this conclusion as we got earlier. This is 42 by 4. What is 42 by 4? 10.5 hours. I hope this is clear to everyone and it makes sense. I'm moving to the next question now. Next question, students. A train which is moving at an average speed of 40 km per hour, what reaches its destination on time? When its average speed reduces to 35 km per hour, then it reaches its destination 15 minutes late. The distance traveled is, students, we have one speed 40, the other speed is 35. At one point of time we reached on time, while with other speed we reach 15 minutes late. 15 minutes late. How will I do this question? How will we do it? By directly using the formula. What is the distance? Distance is equal to product of two speeds. What is the product of two speeds? 40 into 35 divided by the difference of speeds. What is the difference of speeds? 40 minus 35 into what? Into the time difference. What is the time difference? 15 minutes, or I can say 1 by 4 hour. Is it clear to everyone? 1 by 4 hour. See, it's how easy. I can say this is what? This is 10. Clear? 10 into 35 divided by 5, or I can say this is what? 5 divided by 10. 10 divided by 5, 2 into 35 will give you 70 kilometers, option 3. This is your answer. Clear, students? Next question. So students, next question, I will tell you in a very easy method this particular question. A train X leaves station A at 3 p.m. Let's say this is station A and this is the train X. This leaves station A at 3 p.m. Okay, let's say this leaves at 3 p.m. Now what happens is, and reaches station B at 4:30 p.m. This is station B. This is station B. Train X reaches here at 4:30 p.m. It will be better if I write A and B over here. Okay. Now this train is at X at 3 p.m. and this train X is at B at 4:30 p.m. I'm very sorry, this must be Y, and reaches station B. Okay. Now another train Y, this Y moves over here, this X moves over here, leaves station B at 3 p.m. This Y was here at 3 p.m. and reaches station A at 4 p.m. This reaches here. Train Y reaches here at 4 p.m. These two trains cross each other at, we have to tell when do they meet. So there is, I'll tell you a direct shortcut. See, if I say that this train goes from here to here, how much time does it take? 1 hour, 30 minutes, or I can say 90 minutes. Okay, this train goes from here to here. How much time does this train take? This takes exactly 1 hour, or I can say 60 minutes. Now we are being asked, where do the two trains meet? Let's say the two trains meet over here. Friends, whenever it is said now, the two trains start together from a particular point, when do they meet? There's a very easy way. What I mean to say is, they have to combine together, cover this distance. This train can do this work, this length in how many minutes? 90 minutes. Okay. The other train can do this distance in 60 minutes. So when they meet, if they meet that, it means they have to do this work together. So what is the time for together? This does in 60 minutes, this does in 90 minutes. I told you the direct shortcut. You multiply the bigger number by 0.4. When two people can do a piece of work in A and B are 60, 90, this is 1.5 times. In the previous video, I told you very clearly, if these are the values, any two values which are in the ratio of 1.5, this multiplied by 1.5, okay? So what will be the answer? You multiply either the bigger number by 0.4, you will get 36, or the smaller number by 0.6, you will again get 36. They will meet after 36 minutes. That is 36 minutes after they start moving. So your answer is 3:36. Clear, students? I hope this is clear to all of you. I am moving to the next question. So now we move on to a very, very important concept, a very important question. This is asked in many exams. I can recall I have seen this sort of question in almost every exam. Clat, SSC, whatever exam you ask for aptitude, that is general mathematics, you will see this question in every exam. Very important concept. Two trains, one from Havda to Patna, another from Patna to Havda, start simultaneously. Let's say this is the point Havda and this is the point Patna. The two trains start. After they meet, let's say this train goes here, this train goes here. After they meet, the two trains reach their destination after 9 hours and 16 hours. Let's say the train which started from here, the other train started from here. The two trains met over here. I should be using different pens so that it makes. Okay. This train met with the other train over here and it reached its destination 9 hours after the meeting. Okay. And this other train which started from here, it met this train. After meeting, it reached its destination in 16 hours. Okay. We have to tell the ratio of their speeds. Okay. We have to tell the ratio of their speeds. Let's say this is train A and this is train B. Clear? This is train B, this is train A. So speed of A upon speed of B, we need to tell this. There's a direct formula for this, students. Under the root, time of A after meeting, time of B after meeting. This is the formula for this. You will very easily get the solution. So this, after meeting, the time taken is 9 hours and 16 hours. So time taken by A is 9 hours and time taken by B is 16 hours. You get the answer. 4:3. You have to be very careful what is being asked. The first train took 9 hours, the second train took 16 hours. Okay, so this is 9 and 16. 9 comes here, 16 comes here. So your answer is 4:3 or 0:3, whatever it is said. 4:3 is precise answer. Option number B. Next question now. Student, don't forget this formula. This is a very important concept. Students, for those of you who want to practice more such questions, First of all, on the my immediate right, this is, you can see the derivation of this formula which I've told you right now, and to the next right is one more such question, so that you may practice more questions. Okay, now the next question. Just pause the video if you want to read any of these things. Now one more thing which has been asked many times in your exam, that is the concepts of boats and streams. I will tell it to you very patiently and tell each and everything to you. Okay, boats and streams. See what happens. We know the water flows downwards. So there are two concepts: speed of boat and speed of water. Clear? Speed of boat and speed of water. Speed of water. Speed of boat is generally denoted by x, and when this water flows like this, the speed of water is denoted by y. Clear, students? So now what happens when a boat is going downstream? What does the word downstream means? It is flowing like this. The boat is going downwards, that is along the stream. Downstream is also known as along the stream, yeah, with the stream. Okay, so when the boat is going downwards, what happens? The water helps the boat, so the total speed of the boat becomes x plus y. The total speed of boat becomes x plus y. Other thing is upstream. Upstream or against the stream. The speed is x minus y. See, when I am going upwards, the speed of my boat is x, and this water is stopping me. So water is cancelling some of my speed. So water is making my task difficult. So from x my speed becomes x minus y. These are the two concepts, x plus y and x minus y. I hope this makes sense. Clear? Now suppose this length of this stream, this distance is d. Clear? This distance is d. So what do we do? Let it be d, no problem. If time taken, okay, time upstream, what will be the time upstream? That will be distance upon speed. What will be it? It will be x minus y. The speed is x minus y. Time to come down, this will be what? Distance upon x plus y. While coming down, my speed is x plus y. Okay, so x plus y. So far everything clear. Now student, a very important thing, if I go like this and I come back, average speed for this distance. Average speed. See, this is denoted by capital U. This is denoted by capital D. What I should be doing is I should be changing it to small d. This distance is d. This is d. This is again d. Okay. Now average speed, I told you, when a person comes and goes, what is the average speed for such a motion? It is 2ab upon a plus b. I have told you this thing to you previously. Now as per this question, if I come and go, my average speed, if I come and go like this, my average speed will be 2 du upon d plus u. What are the values of d and u and d plus u? See, 2 d, what is d? X plus y. What is u? X minus y upon d plus u. Y and y cancel, this is 2x. 2x and 2 get cancelled, so it becomes x square minus y square. You multiply these two things, x square minus y square upon 2x. This 2 and this 2 cancels. So this is a very important formula, students. I don't want you to forget this. If any time a train goes like this and comes back, what is the average speed for this entire journey? The average speed for this entire journey is x square minus y square upon x. What is x? X is the speed of boat and y is the speed of water. I hope all this makes sense. Everything is clear to everyone. Next concept. Now a very good, one more very good question. The speed of the boat in, I start from the beginning. A boat travels upstream from A to B and back from B to A in 5 hours. What does a boat do? A boat goes like this, A to B, and then comes back. Okay, the time taken is 5 hours. The time taken is 5 hours. Now what happens is, the speed of the boat in still water is 8 km per hour. We are given this, the value of x. X is 8 km per hour and the speed of current is 4 km. This y is equal to 4 km. Then the distance from A to B is, students, we are provided these two things, x and y, going up and coming down. What is the average speed? I just told you the formula for the average speed. Average speed is x square minus y square upon x, or I can say 8 square minus 4 square upon 8. 8 square is 64 minus 4 square 16 divided by 8, or you can say just cancel everything by 8. This is 8 minus 2, you get 6. So your average speed is 6. What is the total distance? Total distance is always average speed into time. Getting this, my dear students? Total distance is average speed into time. What is my average speed? Average speed is 6. We have just calculated. And what was the total time? The total time was 5. 6 into 5, that is 30. I hope it makes sense. Everybody can understand this clearly. This is your answer. Just one small thing, students. We were asked total distance from A to B. This distance is what? Going from A to B and coming back from B to A. So this is actually 2D. 2D is equal to 30. Then D is equal to what? D is equal to 15. I hope it is clear. Option number 4 is your answer. A man can row 5 km in still water if the speed of the current is 1 km. See, student, what is given to us? First of all, man's speed. What is the speed of the boat or man? This is x. This is equal to 5. The speed of the stream is given as 1. This is 1. Okay? It takes 3 or more in upstream than in the downstream for the same distance. The distance is, students, this might be a bit difficult question, but I've already told you a very easy solution for these sort of questions. So look, what is given to us? A man, suppose, goes downstream, then comes back. If the time here was t and the time here must be t plus 3 hours. Getting it? We can understand this like this is what downstream A to B, okay, and this is upstream B to A. Just think of this question like I move from A to B, it took me t hours. When I go from B to A, it takes me t plus 3 hours, 3 hours extra. Okay, while going from A to B, my speed was downstream speed D, and while coming from B to A back, was my stream was upstream speed U. Now what do we have? This downstream speed. This downstream speed is x plus y. This is equal to 6, and upstream speed is x minus y. This is equal to 4. Okay, if you remember, I told you a formula. What is the formula for distance? Distance is speed 1 into speed 2 upon difference of speed s1 minus s2 into difference of time t1 minus t2 or t2 minus t1. I told you a formula in this video itself. So if I just apply this formula, what I'll get? Speed 1 is 6. This d is equal to 6. this u is equal to 4 upon 6 minus 4 into the difference of time is given to us as 3 hours. When I cover the same distance with different speed, there is a difference of time. So this time is given to us as 3. 6 into 4, 24. If you cancel 24 by 2, you will get 12. 12 into 3 will give you 36. 12 into 3 will give you 36 kilometer. This is the distance. The distance is this. If somebody asks us the entire distance going and coming back, that will be 72. Just copy this, my dear students. Students, now we have a bit typical question. Look, a man rose to a place 45 kilometers distant and back in 12 hours. What is it? A man goes like this and comes back. This distance is 45 and again 45 in 12 hours. So what I can say, if I apply the formula, distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. What are we provided right now over here? I'm writing it time into speed, okay? One and the same thing. What is the distance? I go 45 kilometer and then I come back 45 kilometer. The distance is 90 is equal to, what is the time? The time is, we are provided 12 kilometers, okay? 12 hours, sorry. He realizes that he can row 5 kilometer downstream in the same time as 3 kilometer against the stream. Now see, students, we are given, there are 2 times. T1 is equal to 2. What is being said? He goes 5 kilometer downstream. What is the time? Time is distance upon speed. What is the speed downstream? Downstream speed is x plus y, like this. Upstream speed is what? X minus y. I repeat the line, I read the line again. He realizes that he can row 5 kilometer downstream in same time as 3 kilometer against the stream. 5 kilometer downstream. Time will be what? Distance upon stream. Distance upon speed. What is the downstream speed? X plus y. As 3 kilometer upstream against the speed. Okay, so what I get? 5x minus 5y is equal to 3x plus 3y, or I can say 2x is equal to 8y, that is x is equal to 4y. Getting it? X is equal to 4y. Now this is the main thing. X is equal to 4y. We are asked the velocity of the stream. Acha, distance is equal to time into speed. What is the average speed for this entire journey going and coming back? The average speed will be x square minus y square upon x. If I replace this x by 4y, what I'll get? I write this x instead of 4y square. Again I replace this by 4y. Okay, this 4 cancels with 12 to give me 3. 3 cancels with 90 to give me 30. Okay, so what I get? 30 is equal to 16y square minus y square, that is 15y square upon y. Y square, can I write it as y into y? This y and y cancel. 15 you cancel 30, you will get 2. So your 2 is equal to what? 2 is equal to y. Y is what? Y is the speed of stream. That is what we were asked. Option 1 is your answer. Option number 1 is our answer. We were asked only this thing, y. So this option 1 is your answer. You can take a screenshot if you want. Students, now we move to the concept of trains. What is special thing with a train is, trains have a considerable length. Okay, let's say the length of the train is 500 meters, suppose. Okay, now when I say a biker moves, suppose this is a biker, let's say this is a person running. Okay, when I say a person, suppose crosses a pole, this is a pole. Okay, a person crosses a pole, yeah, reaches a pole in 5 whatever a distance, suppose. a distance of 500 meter. So when this person crosses this pole, which is 500 meter apart, then how much distance does the person need to travel? He will need to travel this 500 meter and he will cross this pole. He will be standing over here. But if I say a train, the length of the train is 500 meter, and between this particular pole and the train there is also a distance of 500 meter. Now if I say the train needs to cross this pole, then how much distance would the train have to travel? So what does the word crossing mean? Crossing means, let's say this is the front end of the train. F means front end. Let's say this is the rear end of the train. R means rear end. So when I say the train crosses this pole, what happens? This entire thing comes over here. That is, the rear end of the train comes over here and the front end of the train reaches here. So if I consider this particular point, how much distance has this point moved? This point has covered this 500 meter and this 500 meter, that is 1000 meter. You understanding my point? When a man crosses a pole which is 500 meter apart, how much distance does a man need to move? He needs to move 500 meter. But if a train is standing 500 meter away from a pole and the length of the train itself is 500 meter, then how much distance does the train need to move? Train needs to move this 500 plus 500, it moves 1000 meter. Had the length of the train been 600 meter, so the distance covered by train would have been this 600 plus 500, this would have been 1100 meter. So when a train crosses an object, then the train has to cover its own length as well as the distance, this particular distance d. So the distance, if the train crosses this particular object, will be d plus 500. This is the concept. Now we are moving on to the questions. Okay, I hope everyone has got this concept. Now let's see another question. A train 600 meter long is running at a speed of 90 km per hour. Let's start with the speed. The speed is equal to 90 km per hour, or I can say 90 km. This is per hour, na? 1 hour is how many minutes? This is hour. 90 km per means divide per hour. I can write this 1 hour as 60 minutes. Okay, so I can say 1.5 kilometer per minute, or I can say 1500 meter per minute. This is the speed of the train, 1500 meter per minute. The train can cross 1500 meter per minute. A train 600 meter long is running at a speed of 90 km per hour. It crosses a tunnel in 1 minute. Then the length of the tunnel is, students, we are told that the train covers a distance in 1 minute. The train covers a distance in 1 minute. See, the train crosses the tunnel. What does it mean? First of all, this is a tunnel. Let's say this is a big tunnel. Okay, now this is our train. Crossing, when I say a train crosses a particular big object, a platform or a tunnel, it means before starting the train, this is the front end of the train, this is the rear end of the train. After crossing, what happens? This thing moves over here. That is like this. This is the rear end, this is the front end, this is the tunnel. So how much distance does any particular point moves? Any particular point moves this distance. This is the length of the train is 600 meter. Okay, and this is the tunnel. That, let's say the rear end moves from here to here in 1 minute. In 1 minute, the rear end moves from here to here. That is 600 plus the length of the tunnel in 1 minute. All this is happening in 1 minute. Okay, students. Now this is equal to, we already know in 1 minute the train moves 1500 meter. Okay, So what is the length of the tunnel? The length of the tunnel is 1500 minus 600 is equal to 900 meter. I hope it makes sense. This is clear to everyone. You can copy it or you can take the screenshot. A train 300 meter long is running at a speed of 25 meter per second. What is the speed of the train? Speed is equal to 25 meter per second. Speed 25 meter per second. Now a train 300 meter long is running at a speed of 25 meter per second. It will cross a bridge 200 meters long in, see student, let's say this is a bridge. This is a bridge. The length of the bridge is 200. We have a train, it needs to cross this bridge. When I say a train crosses a bridge, this is the front end of the train, this is the rear end of the train. When I say this crosses the bridge, what happens is it moves like this. This is the front end of the train, this is the rear end of the train. So if I talk particularly about this point has reached from here to here. This distance was how much? So this point, rear end, moves how much? 300 plus 200. That is the distance moved is 500 meter. Okay. Now we know distance is equal to speed into time. We were asked the time. It will cross a bridge 200 meter long in how much time? So distance is equal to 500. Speed is equal to 25 and time is equal to, we need to find. So this time becomes 500 by 25 or this time becomes 20 seconds is your answer. This is option number C. I hope all of you can understand it clearly. One last question, students. A train passes an electrical pole in 20 seconds. See, this is, let's say, a pole. Okay, this is a pole. A train crosses this pole in 20 seconds. What does the word crossing means? Let's say this is the rear end of the train. So this moves over here like this. So how much distance does the train move in such a situation? The train moves only its length. Why? A train is standing in front of a pole. The rear end of the train reaches here. So in 20 seconds, the distance covered is equal to L. Next thing. And passes a platform 250 meter long in 45 seconds. Now look, this is again the train. This is the rear end of the train. This is the length of the train. It crosses a platform. Let's say this is a platform. The length of this platform is 250 meter. Fine. This part reaches over here. This part reaches over here. This rear part reaches over here. How much is the distance? This distance is length plus 250. This distance is length plus 250. This distance is covered in how much time? In 45 seconds. 45 seconds, the distance covered is length plus 250. What I can say from here, in the next 25 seconds, the train moves how much? 250 meter. The train moves 250 meter, or I can say in 1 second the train moves 10 meter. That way I can say in 200 seconds, in 20 seconds, the train moves 200 meter. Okay, in 20 seconds, how much will the train move? 200 meter. So in 20 seconds, the train crosses the pole. So in 20 seconds, the train moves its own length. In 20 seconds, the train moves its own length. What is the distance covered in 20 seconds? This is 200 meter. This is the, oh, I'm very sorry, it's not visible. In 20 seconds, the train moves how much? 200 meter. Clear? I hope this must be clear to all of you. You can practice the questions from any book, and the questions number, like in the previous question, that there were question number. The question number represented the actual question number in which they were asked in the exam. Getting it? Suppose I write a Clat 2019 and it's 18, so it means the question number 18th of Clat 2019. That way you can do it. Fine, dear students, all the very best. Practice as much as you can. Manage your time properly. All the very best for your exam. Thanks a lot. We will meet again tomorrow.